Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm rejoicing. I'm glad in it. This is your girl, TMG Brian, you know who I am. You know what I do. I'm your consumer advocate, your advocacy companion, your tip writer. So I'm coming to you today with the tip writer situation, actually. This, I think, will fall under the category of the tip writer. Our brother, Chicago's very own Minister Ernie Allen, he made a post this morning. It disturbed me, so I called him like, I can't believe this. But he made a post about his son having his transmission repaired, replaced, or worked on at the AAMCO in Chicago Heights, Illinois. His son saved up $7,000 to get his transmission fixed, trying to be responsible, trying to be accountable, trying to take care of his own. I applaud the efforts. But let me tell you all something. We are in 2026 where scammers are not just people over in Africa, India, China, Qatar, other foreign countries, or even, local scammers. But scammers work in legitimate areas, right? So they work at dealerships, they work at auto repair companies, they work in the grocery stores, they work in the clothing stores. Scammers are scammers. So when it comes to car repairs and car issues, I mean, you walk in with your eyes wide shut, wide open. You feel like your eyes are wide open, but you feel like they're shut because you don't know what's going on. But he paid $7,000. Long story short, and 2 weeks later, the transmission went out again. Okay, so we know what happened. AAMCO did not properly repair the transmission or replace it. And you got to trust these dealerships. When you take it there, you got to trust that they're actually doing the oil change. You got to trust that, whatever's going on or whatever you paid for is actually what's happening. But that did not happen for this young man. So listen, this is what I want to remind you all to do. When you are making big repairs, and to me, a big repair, now, of course, $100 is not a big number, but my threshold is this. If I'm paying more than $50 for a service, I'm using a credit card. I have seen Discover, Capital One, American Express fight for Tamara Latrice Gaucher Bryant. So what happens is when you pay on a credit card and something goes wrong, you have an opportunity to dispute the transaction. That's right. Whatever transaction is, you dispute it. And what happens when you dispute the transaction, the money is snatched from the vendor and given back to you. Now, when you pay cash, can you do that? Nope. You can take your receipt to them all day long and say, hey, you didn't do this correctly. And they'll say, you must have hit something. It was something that you did. Are you sure somebody else didn't do? Credit card companies, they don't ask those kind of questions. You tell them like, hey, I got my transmission repaired, and then when I left out, the transmission, dropped to the ground. They're like, okay, cool, no problem. And they reverse the charge. Credit card companies have their own built-in lawyers. Please remember, for big purchases, big charges, do not use cash, okay? So I'm just trying to help us because some of the things that we just take for granted, and some of you all may feel like, well, I don't have, a $7,000 credit card. If you are able to save up money or you have that money somewhere, sometimes you can say, hey, auntie, hey, uncle, I need to use your credit card for this. Here's the cash, right? So they can see that you're not just trying to take advantage of them, because whoever card it's on, that's the card that can be used to dispute those transactions. Please, you all, please listen to me. I fight for senior citizens. I fight for junior citizens. I fight for humans, right? So we need to do certain things because, what scammers do and what fraudsters do is they try to get money in such a way where you cannot recover. And so whenever you give cash, if anything goes wrong, you got to figure out how to fight to get that cash back. If you give me cash and walk away, it's over, right? So when you give vendors cash and walk away, if something goes wrong, all you got is a receipt. That receipt is not that powerful. But when you swipe with a credit card, that can be disputed. So that's why I tell grandma, auntie, big mama, godmama, don't be out here talking about well, I got $100,000 in the bank. The roof costs $10,000. Let me take it out. No, swipe that. Swipe that. And you could get a secure credit card. Some of you are like, I don't use credit cards. Credit cards are the devil. I see what you're saying. Get a secure one. But we have to figure out something to keep on moving where we don't lose at every turn, okay? That's all I wanted to jump on here and say. Y'all have an amazing Saturday.